Hello and welcome to another edition of How to Care for Your Garden here at Impact Harvest, where we are changing communities one seed at a time. In today's edition, we're going to be focusing on how to prune and trellis your tomatoes to give you the best chance for success. So why do we need to prune our tomato plants? Well, first of all, we don't always need to prune them. We could always just let them grow wild. If you have them in a tomato cage and you really just want your tomato to bush out, that's absolutely fine, but you're gonna have a tomato plant that's completely out of control. What we do here at Impact Harvest in our greenhouse is we do what's called single stem growing. As you can see here, we have our plants very, very tightly planted together, about a foot apart from each other. And when we do this, we need to prune to keep these things under control. So throughout the season, they don't grow into each other. They're still going to produce a bountiful yield. They're going to have a beautiful crop. So what we need to do, and you have a couple of options here, we do what's called single stem growing, where as you zoom into the plant here, you're going to see these things here. These are suckers. Each one of these suckers is going to grow off, and they're like another tomato plant off the main vine, and they're going to produce more fruit. We don't want to allow that in single stem growing. Single stem growing, we're only focused on the main vine. So we're going to pinch these off, take those suckers off, and get rid of them. That is going to allow all the nutrients to come up the single stem, and it's going to give us the best growth inside here in the greenhouse. Now, if you're outside in a cage, what you're going to want to do, maybe you want to do 2 or 3 or 4 stems. That's totally up to you. The whole idea of pruning is keeping the plant under control in your environment. So whatever works specifically for you is how you're going to want to prune your tomato. The one thing you do not want to do, though, is cut the main stem. If you were to cut the main stem right here, this plant is pretty much done for. You aren't going to have much growth outside of that. So what we want to do, as you saw, we want to cut the suckers off. The other thing we want to do, as the plant grows, you're going to see up here, it's starting to produce flowers. This is where my first tomatoes are going to be coming out, and that's wonderful. Everything below that, we have these, I like to call them shade leaves. These are picking up the sunlight and the nutrients and everything from the sun. And we don't necessarily need all these. These are going to become the oldest leaves. So proper pruning is, you get your trusty clippers here, and I don't like to cut right up against the main stem. I like to cut right there, get rid of that, and I like to leave this. And I'm going to show you why we leave this little stub right here, and that's going to help with the trellising part of it. Now, trellising, just like pruning, is all about keeping your plant under control, and there's different methods to trellising your plant. We use these roller hooks with strings and our trusty little tomato clips that are reusable. I love these little things. These things are designed to go around the string and around the tomato without choking the tomato off, and it allows for future growth right there without it getting stuck. Some people will tie string around their plants, and that's okay, but it's really a wonky way to doing it. This is the professional way to do it. If you use tomato cages or fencing or any other kind of trellising, that's fine. You just need to find a way to help the plant grow in the direction you want it to grow. So a combination of pruning and trellising. Here's what we do though. So what we have our roller hook here that has about 100 feet of string, and we can pull that down and adjust throughout the season. So you're gonna see we have the end. We're gonna bring that all the way down here, nice and snug. And I put that inside the clip here where it's going to grab the string. And this is why we leave that little bit left. You see I snapped that right around there? That's my anchor point. That's going to hold the string throughout the season. Now I can adjust that as the plant grows, and I'll be able to put future clips up the plant. And as we grow, as it produces flowers and fruit, and as the season goes on, if I see disease on any of these lower leaves, I'm going to cut them as the season goes on and the plant continues to produce. And we'll show you that in future episodes. But for now, that is how you prune and trellis your tomatoes. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have any questions, and share it with a friend who's starting their garden. Don't forget to subscribe for more simple how-to videos every week. And be sure to check out impactharvest.org to learn how we're changing communities one seed at a time. And just like these plants, big things often start with a small seed, both in the garden and in our hearts.